He was gone. We cried, we grieved, and we tried to move on. But now, the trailer for Heartland Season 19 drops a moment that changes everything. A shadow, a voice, a heartbeat. Could it really be? Ty Borden. When the trailer for Heartland Season 19 was released, no one expected the shock it delivered. For years, fans believed that Ty Borden was truly gone. In Season 14, we saw Amy's world fall apart after Ty collapsed from a deadly blood clot, a heartbreaking moment that ended with his death. It was the most emotional scene in Heartland history, and it changed the entire course of the show. Fans were left devastated. Many even stopped watching. But now, everything may change. In the Season 19 trailer, there's a single scene, barely a few seconds, that has taken over the internet. Amy is seen standing near the barn, her eyes wide, frozen. Then, the screen flashes to a figure walking in from the shadows. We don't see his face. We only hear his voice. And that voice? It sounds just like Ty. It's soft, familiar, deep with emotion. He says, "Amy, you waited for me." Those 5 words are all it takes to set off a wildfire of fan theories. People are asking, is Ty alive? Is he back? Or is it just a dream? A memory? Or a cruel trick? That's the mystery that has everyone talking. The trailer doesn't give us answers, but it gives us just enough to hope. It doesn't show Ty clearly, we never see his full face. But the scene is shot in a way that builds suspense, almost like the showrunners want us to believe it's him. And if it really is Ty, then Heartland Season 19 might be the most talked about season in the show's entire history. Fans on social media exploded with reactions. One comment says, "I screamed when I heard that voice. Ty is back. I just know it." Another wrote, "Please don't tease us. If this is just a memory, it will break us all over again." People are already watching the trailer frame by frame, trying to find every little detail that could confirm his return. What makes this even more surprising is that actor Graham Wardle, who played Ty, had clearly stepped away from the show. He said he needed to move on and grow in other parts of his life. So, if this really is Ty, then how did the creators pull this off without anyone finding out? Were they hiding this twist all along? Could this be the biggest surprise in Heartland's history? Or is it just another emotional moment designed to remind us of the past? The answer is unclear, but one thing is certain. Heartland Season 19 just became the most anticipated season, yet Ty Borden's death was not a rumor or an off-screen mystery, it was shown on screen. We saw him get shot in Season 13, and later in Season 14, he collapsed unexpectedly due to a blood clot that traveled to his heart. The entire scene was written, filmed, and acted in a way that left no room for escape. It was raw, emotional, and final. Amy held him as he slipped away, and we saw the heartbreaking aftermath that followed. So how is it possible that he might now be returning? To understand why fans are convinced he's coming back, we have to dig deeper into the trailer and recent hints from the cast and creators. The mysterious moment in the Season 19 trailer isn't just a random clip. It's carefully placed. Amy's shocked expression, the soft lighting around the barn, and the voice that follows it all feels purposeful. The show wants us to feel unsure. They want us asking, is he really back? In that one line, "Amy, you waited for me," the tone is soft, loving, and full of history. It doesn't sound like a voiceover from a past scene. It feels new. That's what's making fans so emotional. If it was just a flashback, why show it like this? Why now? Season 19 is being promoted as a season of healing, reunion, and second chances. And nothing would shake the story more than the return of Ty Borden. Now here's where things get interesting. Just a few months before the trailer release, actor Graham Wardle appeared in a podcast where he said, "Sometimes, stories are never really over. They just wait for the right moment to continue." He didn't name Heartland, but fans believe he was hinting at something bigger. Could he have been filming in secret? Could he have agreed to return just for one powerful arc? The show has kept secrets before, but this would be the biggest twist ever. Some fans believe that Ty may not have truly died. They point to the fact that we never saw a funeral, just a memorial service. Others say the show left just enough ambiguity for a return. What if Ty had been taken into protection? What if his injuries didn't kill him, but someone told Amy he had died to protect her and Lindy? These theories sound wild, but in the world of drama, nothing is ever impossible. And for a series that's lasted almost 2 decades, the writers know how to pull off a shock. Even the background music in the trailer changes in that scene with Amy. The soft piano stops, and a quiet heartbeat starts to build. It's the kind of music that means something important is happening, something fans shouldn't ignore. Whether this is real or not, the way the trailer was made tells us one thing clearly: the creators want us to believe. And if they want us to believe, then maybe, just maybe, Ty Borden is about to walk through that barn door. What if Ty never died at all? As crazy as it sounds, this theory is now trending across Heartland fan pages. The moment the season 19 trailer dropped, viewers started piecing together clues, and now some are convinced Ty Borden might have faked his death. But why would he do that? And how could the show hide something so huge for 5 whole seasons? Let's look at the most talked about fan theory: Ty faked his death to protect his family. In season 13, Ty and Amy were shot by poachers. Ty survived that moment, but in season 14, he suddenly collapsed and died due to a blood clot. It felt sudden, too sudden. Some fans now believe that after the shooting, Ty may have learned that someone dangerous was still after him or Amy and Lindy. Maybe the authorities warned him to go into hiding. Maybe the only way to keep his family safe was to disappear completely. In this theory, Ty's death was a carefully planned lie, possibly with help from the police or someone in the government. Amy was told he died. A memorial was held. But all along, Ty was alive, watching from the shadows, unable to return until it was safe. Now, years later, the danger is gone, and he's coming home. The trailer's scene with Amy frozen in shock could be her seeing him for the first time in years. But there's another theory that's just as popular and even more shocking. Ty had a twin brother. In this version, the man returning in season 19 isn't the Ty we knew, but someone who looks exactly like him. This twin may have been separated at birth, or maybe even adopted. He appears at the ranch, knowing nothing of Amy or Lindy, but drawn to the place by a mysterious letter or photo. This would be a bold new story for the show, reconnecting a family, rewriting the past, and giving Amy a chance to fall in love again with someone who looks like Ty but isn't the same man. Then there's the dream theory. Many fans fear that the scene in the trailer is just a dream, Amy's imagination, or maybe a vision during a moment of grief. Maybe it's her way of saying goodbye one last time. This theory would explain why Ty's face isn't fully shown. It would also explain the voice, a soft whisper from the past, not the present. But this theory also scares fans the most, because if it's just a dream, it means we'll never truly get him back. And finally, the ghost theory. Yes, some fans believe Ty may return not in body, but in spirit. Maybe he's appearing to Amy to give her guidance, peace, or closure. This would be emotional, no doubt, but not the full return people are hoping for. What's most exciting is that Heartland has never played with these kinds of twists before. If any of these theories are true, fake death, secret twin, spirit return, then season 19 will be the boldest chapter in the show's history. And here's something else to think about. The trailer shows Lindy running towards someone off screen. In the final scene, we don't see who she's running to. But what if it's Ty? What if her father is back, and her first instinct is to run into his arms? That moment alone is enough to bring fans to tears. If Ty is truly back, what happens to Amy? It's a question that carries more weight than any theory, any trailer twist, or any shadowy figure in the background. Because Heartland has never just been about plot, it's always been about people. And no one has suffered more, grown more, or carried more pain than Amy Fleming. Ty's sudden death shattered her. She was left with a young daughter, unanswered questions, and a quiet house that once echoed with love. She learned how to survive without him, but did she ever truly let him go? In the trailer, Amy's face says it all. She's not angry. She's not even confused. She's frozen, staring, as if her heart remembers something her mind can't yet accept. That kind of reaction doesn't come from memory, it comes from seeing a ghost in real life. If Ty has truly returned, then Amy is about to face the hardest choice of her life. Stay safe in the world she rebuilt, or open her heart to the man who left her behind. But how do you forgive someone who let you grieve? Someone who allowed you to cry yourself to sleep, to raise your child alone, to live with pain that never had to exist. Even if Ty had a reason, protection, danger, fear, how does that erase the years she lost? These questions would tear at Amy from the inside, making her emotional journey this season the most powerful it's ever been. Then there's Lindy. She barely knew her father. She was just a baby when he died or disappeared. If Ty comes back, how do you explain that? How does a little girl learn to love a father she's only seen in pictures? It's not just about Amy anymore. It's about her daughter's heart too. And there's another twist. In recent episodes, Heartland has slowly explored Amy opening up again, connecting with friends, helping other horse lovers, and maybe even considering love. So what happens if Ty walks back into her life just as she's starting to find peace without him? That changes everything. Could this lead to a love triangle? A season full of emotional conflict where Amy must choose between a new future or the love that wants to find her. Some fans say no question she'll go back to Ty. Others say it's not that simple, because people change. Amy is not the same girl she was in season 13. And Ty, if he returns, won't be the same man either. He'll carry the weight of his choices, the guilt of staying away, and the hope of rebuilding a life that may no longer be waiting for him. It would be beautiful. It would be painful. And that's exactly what makes it perfect drama. In the end, Season 19 may not just be about Ty's return, it may be about whether two people who once loved each other deeply can find their way back after time, silence, and sorrow have stood between them for too long. What if the biggest twist in Heartland history wasn't just in the script, but hidden in plain sight for years? Fans now believe Ty Borden's shocking reappearance in the Season 19 trailer may not be a last-minute surprise but a long-term secret, carefully protected by the people who know the show best, the cast and creators. And once you start connecting the dots, things get very interesting. Let's start with the man himself, Graham Wardle, who played Ty for over a decade. After leaving the show in Season 14, he said in multiple interviews that the decision was his. He wanted to grow as an actor and explore new paths. But even in those early goodbyes, his language was careful. He never once said, "I'll never return." Instead, he said things like, "This isn't the end of the journey, and you never know what the future holds." In fact, in a podcast episode recorded in late 2024, Graham was asked directly, "Would you ever come back to Heartland?" His answer, if the story was right, if it meant something. At the time, no one thought much of it. But now, with that trailer scene setting off alarms everywhere, his words suddenly feel like a promise. Then there's Amber Marshall, who plays Amy. In a fan Q&A just a few months ago, someone asked if we'd ever see Ty again. She smiled, paused, and simply said, "There are some moments this season that will really surprise you." She didn't deny it. She didn't change the subject. That pause, that smile, it's now being replayed across social media like a clue fans missed the first time. Even more curious are the behind-the-scenes photos that were posted and then quickly deleted. In early production of Season 19, a blurry image was shared by a crew member. It showed Amy and someone else standing near the barn. The figure was turned away from the camera, wearing a jacket just like Ty's from Season 13. The post was taken down within hours. Too fast for it to be a coincidence. And let's not forget the show's official Instagram account. In their countdown to the trailer, they posted a series of black and white close-ups from old seasons. The last one, a photo of Ty's hand holding Amy's. No caption, no explanation, just nostalgia, or a warning of what was coming. Longtime fans know that Heartland is a show that respects its viewers. It doesn't do twists just for shock value. Every choice is made with care, especially when it comes to beloved characters. If Ty Borden is truly back, then this moment has been planned for years. The creators knew the impact it would have. That's why they've been silent. That's why the actors have been quiet. This reveal had to land perfectly, and it just did. Now the buzz is everywhere. Online fan forums are calling this the biggest comeback in Canadian TV history. Even major entertainment outlets are picking up the story. One blog wrote, "If this turns out to be real, Heartland just did what no other family drama dared, to revive a character in a way that breaks your heart all over again and makes you thankful for it. So ask yourself, was it all just a clever marketing trick? Or were we being prepared for this moment since the day Ty walked off our screens? The moment the trailer for Heartland Season 19 dropped, the internet didn't just react, it erupted. Within minutes, hashtags like hashtag Ty Borden returns, hashtag Heartland Season 19, and hashtag #IStreetHattie were trending on X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and even YouTube. Fans from Canada to Brazil, the UK to India, were flooding the comments with shock, tears, and questions that no one could answer. And what united them all? That voice, that moment, that single whispered line, "Amy, you waited for me." For long-time viewers, it was like being hit with a wave of memories. People who hadn't watched a show since season 14 suddenly came back to life in the comments. One viewer wrote, "I stopped watching after Ty died, but now I'm crying and resubscribing. This better be real." Another said, "Even if it's just a dream or a flashback, thank you for giving us this moment. We needed it." But for many fans, it's not enough to feel the moment, they're investigating it. TikTok users are zooming in on every frame of the trailer. One video got over 1.2 million views by simply analyzing the angle of the mystery men's walk near the barn. Others are comparing voice clips from earlier seasons to the trailer's audio. The verdict from fans? It's him. It has to be him. Fan. Artists have started drawing new scenes with Ty, Amy, and Lindy, complete family portraits of what might be. Others are writing fanfiction again for the first time in years. In Facebook groups, people are forming theory teams, collecting all clues and possible storylines that could explain his return. It's not just a TV show anymore, it's a community mission. Even celebrity fans have jumped in. A Canadian singer with over 3 million followers posted a story saying, "If Ty Borden is actually back, I'm clearing my schedule for season 19. Influencers are using the trailer in reaction videos, racking up views from old and new fans alike. But the strongest reaction of all? Hope. For many viewers, Ty and Amy's love story was more than entertainment, it was something they grew up with, something that felt real. Losing Ty hurt like losing a friend. And now, seeing even a chance of his return has brought something beautiful back. The feeling that maybe, just maybe, lost love can return. This buzz is also creating huge waves for the show's future. Streaming platforms are now putting Heartland back on their featured pages. Older seasons are suddenly climbing in views, and rumors are already circling that season 20 is being mapped out with or without Ty's full return. One thing is certain, Heartland is no longer just holding onto its legacy. It's growing again, because when you give people a story filled with love, loss, healing, and the hope of reunion, they don't forget. They come back, and they bring others with them. As one fan put it best, "I didn't realize how much I missed Ty Borden until I heard his voice again." This isn't just a show. This is home. In the end, Heartland Season 19 is not just about a lost character's potential return, it's about the power of stories to heal, to surprise, and to connect us all. After years of heartbreak and healing, the possibility of Ty Borden re-entering our lives isn't just a twist in the plot. It's a reminder of the enduring strength of love, family, and the bonds that keep us tied to our deepest memories. This season challenges us to believe in second chances. It invites us to look at the past with fresh eyes and to wonder how far we're willing to go for the people we hold dear. For Amy, a woman molded by loss and nurtured by hope, every glance, every tear, and every heartbeat in this season is a signpost pointing toward change. And for us as viewers, it awakens a sense of wonder. How can a story we thought was over suddenly feel like an open invitation to dream again? Perhaps the creators wanted to remind us that every ending can be a prelude to a new beginning, even if that beginning is shrouded in mystery. The whispers of hope in every frame of the trailer, the intense emotional investment of fans worldwide, and the careful clues dropped by the cast all point towards one thing: Heartland is not done telling its story. And maybe, just maybe, Ty's voice calling out to Amy is less a ghost of what was and more a promise of what could be. This isn't just another TV moment. It's a call for us to engage with every scene, to dissect every conversation, and to share our own dreams of what might lie ahead for our favorite characters. Now, it's time to add your voice to the conversation. What do you think Ty's return means for the characters you love? Does it symbolize a new chapter of forgiveness, or will it reopen old wounds that lead to new adventures? Join the hundreds of fans who are piecing together clues, rewriting fan theories, and waiting with bated breath for each new revelation. Share your thoughts on social media, spark discussions in your fan groups, and let every comment be a thread in the growing tapestry of Heartland lore. As we wrap up this look into the latest chapter of the Heartland saga, remember that your heart has always been a part of the story. The landscapes of the ranch, the soft echoes of lost voices, and the promise of a reunion remind us that no goodbye is ever final. So, if you're ready to dive deeper into this journey of mystery, love, and endless possibilities, stay connected. Subscribe, comment, and keep the passion for Heartland burning bright. Because every detail matters, and every theory is a step closer to the truth. This is more than a final call, it's an invitation. The mystery, the magic, and the heart of Heartland await. Embrace the unknown.